Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com, your daily market recap, January 18th, another very tricky day on SPY and Qs, and the rest of the gang. Like, subscribe, stay tuned for the rest of the video. SPY daily continues to be very tricky price action. As we can see, price action of the SPY since middle of December, already 1 month, basically moving sideways between the 470 area and the 478 area. Very tricky price action. If we want to see long continuation, we need a weekly close above the 479 area. Below the 466, we will see 463 and 460 to the downside. This is how it looks on the intraday. We gapped up and slowly went down, closed the gap, and once we closed the gap, we got ourselves an intraday buy signal for the day trading all the way up to the close of the day. This is the FTI, the Fibonacci-Traders indicator, and if we see, we had a pretty nice trading ideas, pretty nice trading signals in the Discord, in the premium room. This is the Fibonacci-Traders Discord. We have the trading floor, premium room, exclusive lounge for swing trading. We have the options, we have the crypto miners, general chat, Zoom meetings, English, Hebrew. This is the premium room for day trading. We took Netflix once it broke above the yellow zone. We took Netflix. We put our stop loss because the only thing we have full control of is our stop loss. We're not just an alert service. We tell the how, we tell the why, we tell the when, and how to manage risk. We watch multi-time frames. We manage our risk all live. And as you can see, it went pretty well. And once it hit the 485.67, closed 50% position. And then once we saw got rejected by this line, we are out. Quick cash. Then we went long on Apple. One day trade at a time. One position at a time. No need FOMO. Manage your positions and you will make it. Apple, we took above the 188.16. AMD we took short below the 164.74. And look at this. Slowly, Apple went up. AMD went down. Here we waited for Netflix to break above this one. Never happened. So we did not enter long on Netflix once again. But we had AMD short. We had Apple long. Pretty nice day on the premium room. Join us. Check the links in the description below. Join us. We have 34% discount. QQQ. Now it's testing time for the bulls. 413. Resistance over here. Now once again resistance. Breaking above. Closing the week above the 413. And we will see 419 and 424 to the upside. We don't need to guess. We don't need to ask ourselves, what should I do now? All we need to do is ask, what if? We have QQQ inside an uptrend channel. Each and every time price of the Qs reach this lower board of the channel, we got ourselves a buy signal from the FTI, the Fibonacci-Traders indicator. And now we have the Fibonacci automation. All the levels to the upside, all the levels to the downside. So now what if Qs will close the week above the 412, 413, this line? We will see 418, 425 to the upside. What if we will close below the yellow zone, below this trend line? We will see 395 to the downside. Dow Jones pretty much moving sideways, nothing much price action on the Dow Jones since middle of December. Same as the SPY, between the 371 and the 378 to the upside. We can start taking our short, weekly close below, and then we will hit this yellow line at the 367. Long continuation, bullish sentiment, only a weekly close above the 378. IWM holding above the 188. It was resistance over here. Now needs to hold the support, but we are still under a sell signal from the FTI and the IWM. I want to see getting back inside the yellow zone, at least closing the week inside it, and then we wait for next week for the continuation to break above the yellow zone, and then we will see 205 to the upside once again. Bitcoin, as you can see, it works on everything. The FTI, the Fibonacci-Traders indicator, works on everything. Cryptos, futures, ETFs, SPYs, Qs, stocks, day trading, swing trading, everything under one roof. And don't forget, it also gives us risk management. So we think less. The less we think, the more easy it will be for us to manage our emotions, because once we put on a trade, our emotions get into place and our mind is getting filled with emotions and thoughts that should not be there. We need to trade what we see. We do not need to trade what we think and what we feel. And this is why the FTI, the Fibonacci-Traders indicator, which I'm working on in the past 2.5, 3 months already, helps us manage our emotions. 4,700 on Bitcoin, super important support. Below it, 37,500. Long continuation on Bitcoin. I want to see a weekly close above the yellow zone. Ethereum inside the yellow zone, going to retest, most probably going to retest this trend line to the downside once again. This trend line is holding strong, the higher lows since October. Let's see where Ethereum is heading. KRE, same as the IWM, below the yellow zone, below the sell signal, below the sell zone, below the yellow zone. Nothing much on KRE. I want to see a weekly close above this yellow zone, and then this sell signal will become green. Crude oil under a sell signal, only a weekly close above the 75.30, and then we can start taking long position on crude oil. Of course, everything you see in here is for educational purposes only. Always do your own due diligence. Natural gas continue to break down. Next will be, I think I'm missing some. No. Next is the 252. Gold. Yeah, it works also on commodities. Sell signal below the yellow zone. This is all we need. Short continuation below the 2K towards 1983 and 1962. Long only close, weekly close above this yellow zone. SOXX 3.3% to the upside. Long continuation above the 580. Then we will see 610 and 660 to the upside. Let me know in the comments below. Can we get 660 by the end of the first Q of 2024? And as long as this yellow trend line is holding, we are good to go long on the SOXX. By the way, if you're here and you're still here, you probably find everything that I speak of and show you helpful and educational. So what I want you to do is just take one. I'm asking you to take 1 second, hit the like, hit the subscribe, share with friends, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any other future videos, and you won't miss the daily pre-market preparations every day, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We are going through stocks of the day, preparing for another amazing trading day. Apple back inside this yellow zone. Now let's see, can Apple close the week above it? And then we have this double bottom scenario of the 180. Then we will see 195 and back to the 199. Overall, super cautious on Apple for now. Very choppy price section. Weekly close above it, and we can start our long position once again on Apple. Meta, 2% to the upside, inside the road, north on the left lane, the fast lane, north. Long on Meta as long as it's holding inside this uptrend channel. Microsoft, the new leader, the new #1 stock, for me at least. Microsoft, for me, is the new leader in 2024. Where Microsoft goes, Apple goes, and then the rest of the market goes. Microsoft, super bullish, long continuation above the 925, and then we will hit 411 to the upside. We have the yellow zone that's holding a support. It was resistance over here, now holding a support. So we have everything that we need. Automation by the FTI, the Fibonacci-Traders indicator. And also we have these lines for our risk management, whether we are short or long. For short, we have the red line managing risk. Long, we have this green line to manage our risk. And of course, we have the yellow zone and trend lines. We have everything that we need to follow price, control our emotions. AMD long continuation above 168, and then we will see 200 to the upside. Google holding strong above the yellow zone. This yellow zone was very tough resistance since middle of December, as you can see, broke above. Now holding a support. Long continuation on Google above the 145. Then we will see 151. Below the yellow zone, we will see 135, and we have all the levels to the upside, to the downside. All you need to ask yourself is what if? What if Amazon will close the week above the 157? We will see 160 and 165. What if Amazon will close the week below this yellow zone? We have a double top scenario, and we will see once again 144. Always ask yourself, what if? Break above, what if break below? Follow price and use the Fibonacci Traders indicator, which is still under a beta version. I hope by Monday it will come out to the open air. Nvidia trend lines. Do not neglect your trend lines. This green trend line. Look at this magnificent green trend line. Support, support, broke to the downside. Resistance, 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 broke above, and support. So yes, there is such a thing as a good resistance. This trend line is resistance, right? But once we hear resistance, we hear bad things. Not necessarily. Trend lines can be good resistance. Why? It was here support, right? It was a good green trend line, right? It's still a good green trend line. It helps us to identify the resistance for the higher highs. So there is such a thing as a good resistance. Same thing, there is a bad support. Look at this. This is a bad support. This red line is support for the lower lows. It's supporting the lower lows, but it's a very bad support because we don't want to reach this support once again. By the way, below the 208, and we have 6 more days for Tesla earnings. Below the 208, bad reaction from the market to Tesla earnings, and we will meet this bad support. So yes, there is such a thing as a good resistance, and there is such a thing as a bad support. This red line is a good support, holding the longer term higher lows. Held here, and as you can see, each and every time, let's mark it in Yellow maybe? Better. Every time it reached, we had a buy signal. We still don't have a buy signal. So, patience. Shopify 3.5% to the downside. This trend line is a good resistance. Each and every time Shopify reach it, it makes higher highs. But for now, we are under a sell condition because we entered the yellow zone. We need a weekly close above this yellow zone, and then we will see 85, 86 to the upside below this yellow zone, and we will see 70.5 to the downside. And watch out, below this 70.5, we will see this gap at the 62 getting filled, because we know more than 85-90% of all gaps will get filled. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So when you see gaps, embrace that they will get filled. Netflix inside the yellow zone, this is why it's under a sell condition. So we need to wait and see. For now, nothing much on Netflix. Let's see where it's heading, and then we will make our decisions. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, like, subscribe will be much appreciated. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, because we are going live each and every day, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, pre-market preparations. Until then, stay safe.